The first offering is from Srimad Bhagavad. The life of Sri Krishna itself was a message and continues to be so. Today we talk about river pollution. Almost all the rivers of India and in most of the world, the rivers are polluted. And we know, and if we don't know, we are stupid, we are ignorant. We all know that the Third World War, if it happens, God forbid, it does not. If it happens, it will not be for oil and gas, it will be for water. Already we see around the world floods, untimely rains, drought. This story is about that. It's said that the Cobra King Kaliya had taken residence in the river Yamuna with the entire clan of cobras. And especially in the part where lotus bloomed, birds, animals and pilgrims, people, yatris came to drink water, to bathe. The gopis would come to fetch water. The children of Gokul Vrindavan frolicked and swam in the waters of Yamuna, which was blue, transparent, translucent and sweet. With the poison of cobras, it became dark, foamy, stinking, and even the flying birds would fall to death by the very fumes rising from the waters. Time had come, and adolescent Krishna, defying his father Nanda Baba's orders not to go near Yamuna, played with his friends and suddenly threw the ball midstream Yamuna, and then pretended that, oh, so sorry, I made the mistake, I must go and fetch the ball. And so jumping into the rivers, diving deep down, awakens the sleeping Kaliya, and a great battle follows in which Krishna subjugates the poisonous cobra Kaliya. It is said that the cobra was so virat, it looked as if it had 1,000 hoods spreading poison. And subjugating this Cobra King Kaliya, Krishna danced on the hood of the Kaliya, where devatas threw flowers, pushpa vrishti, gandharvas, kinnaras sang in praise, and Tandavagati Mundana Para Nachata Banavari. And this is the message from the Srimad Bhagavad, that the river pollution has to be removed. We all have to become Krishna, not just the Supreme Court, not just the government, but each one of us has to become Sri Krishna, presenting the first Kaliya Krishna. Gati Mundala Paranachata Panavari. Tandavagati Mundala Paranachata Panavari. Tandavagati Mundala Paranachata Panavari. Pam 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 paga patakata. Pam 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 paga patakata. Pam 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 panana upara. Pam 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 panana upara. Bim 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 binati karata nagavatu thari. Bim 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 binati karata nagavatu thari. Tandavagati mundala paranachata panavari. Nachata panavari. Nachata panavari. Sam salakadi. Sam salakadi. Gam 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 gandharvadi. Gam 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 gandharvadi. Nam 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 naradari. Nam 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 naradari. Sabali dekatari. Sabali dekatari. Sabali dekatari. Tandavagati mundala paranachata panavari. Tandavagati mundala paranachata panavari. Nachata panavari. Nachata panavari. Evening my house called and said, यहाँ बहुत TV वाला आया है आपसे, आप आ जाओ. I said, what have I done now? Because I was notorious for making comments which were not palatable to quite a few. I've just given up the habit somewhat, not totally. I like to be controversial, not for the sake of being controversial, but for speaking the truth. Anyway, so I said, put somebody on, and I spoke, and I said, what has happened? He said, ma'am, congratulations, ma'am, aap kahan hai ye wo, kya hua? And the ticker tape on the television was going on, and Padma Vibhushan had been conferred on me. So like that, when things happen in life, then all one has to say or not say, but be grateful every minute of one's life. As our chief guest graciously mentioned, in 1974 I met with a car accident in Germany where my spine broke, my 4 ribs broke, my collarbones broke, and other things. And the German doctors, surgeons said, she'll never dance again, she may walk normally maybe in 2 years. And I was on foam rubber, on foam. I could not even be put on bed properly. And after about 4 or 5 days of consultations in Germany, they just said that either we put a steel rod and they have to take patient's permission, and I could just do this, no. Or give you a gips, that is plaster cast. In 1974, the plaster casts were like Roman torture. I was suspended between 2 tables, one holding my hands and the chin, another one knee downwards my legs. My whole back, broken back, was like a swing. They kept on putting things and looking at me, whether I was going to scream or what. But my dance training and my determination as an Indian woman, not one chew out of me. Perspiration streamed down. Maybe I had gone all white. They said, we have never seen anybody like her, this slim little thing, you know. And I became a legend in those years in Germany. They put my photographs in so many clinics. And then I was brought to Canada, Montreal, where again by Bhagwati's wish, my mission was not yet complete. And the Canadian chiropractor We don't have that, unfortunately, in India, widespread. No operation. Chiropractor. They specialize in brain and spine injuries, and they have special techniques. He had just seen me perform in Montreal or somewhere. He heard about it. He came running from his summer holiday. He looked at me. He said, "Don't worry, I'll speak to the German doctor. Let me see what I can do." And I could only cry tears of gratitude that somebody said, "Let me see." Otherwise, I wanted to die. If I can't dance, I don't want to live. And he spoke to them. He made new x-rays, bringing all his machines there. And after 3 weeks, those horrible 3 weeks where I was just like, he comes and stands at the foot of my bed. I was in rucksack for my ribs. I was in that 4 kilo weighing from neck to the hips. The plaster cast. All I could do was just look. And he said, "I'm afraid, Sonal." And I let out a huge scream. He said, "I'm afraid, Sonal, you will be able to dance." Now that was his trick to kickstart my system, because I'd given up. And when you give up on life, your organs begin to fold up. He kick-started my system, giving me this huge beacon of hope. And I was the ideal patient, like an ideal student, all my gurus said. And he brought me back to my dancing feet in 11 months. And in 1975, May 4th, Ashoka Hotel Convention Hall was full to the brim. The who's who of Delhi were there. Dr. Karan Singh, Kapila Vatsa, and everyone was there. Ministers were there to see Sonal Mansingh. Let us see whether she's come back all in one piece or not. And I believe I danced Bharatanatyam repertory Margam for 2.5 hours. As I speak to you, I get goosebumps, because there are some moments in life which tell you what life is all about. Life is a big mystery, even today. But there are glimpses. And this was also one of those moments when people said later, "Sometimes we didn't see you, we only saw arcs of light." Because I think my entire being was out there dancing, celebrating life. And so I thought I'll share some of these things that I get this wonderful award for achievement, lifetime achievement. It's not in my achievement, it's the achievement of my parents, my gurus, the blessings of so many, and all my well-wishers. I once again thank you. And now we present the second, Mohini Bhasmasura. Again, another beautiful Puranic story. Bhasmasura, the Asura. And we today also have Asuras. Asura is only one who, with all the strength, does not have the discretion, the discretionary power of what is good, what is bad, and on top of it, Asura is always arrogant. Arrogance is Asuric. And so this Asura, like other Asuras, has pleased Shiva with the penance and asks for the boon that nobody should kill me. Shiva says that's not possible, ask for a second boon. And he said, okay, on whoever I place my hand burns to ashes. Okay, tathastu. And then this Asura runs after Shiva himself to try out the boon, whether Shiva is given the real boon or not. And then Vishnu intervenes as Mohini, the enchantress. And being Asura, he forgets Shiva and goes after Mohini. Happens today also. And Mohini challenges him to dance competition, winning which she would marry him. And of course she cleverly places the hand on her head while dancing. Asura follows suit and is burnt to ashes. So arrogance doesn't lead us anywhere. Number 2, discretion in asking for things when opportunity arises, not asking for the moon, but asking for something that is not only beneficial for oneself, but for all. Mohini Bhasmasura. The next item is the Shavatar, and I need not explain much about it. One of my dancers just running from the back got hit by something. So these things happen, kya karega. So the Shavatar of Mahavishnu, and they say that this is also the story of the evolution of mankind. Beginning with the water. Water is almost 75% on earth. Our body is also 75% water. And the first utpatti, the jiva, is from water, because water is a living element. The 5 elements, Jala, Vayu, Agni, Prithvi, Akash, and water is the first element, and the first amoeba, the first elements came, the Jivanam. So it says that the Chatur Veda, Veda is vid, to know, from which comes Vidya. The Veda, Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, Tharva Veda, which is knowledge. And the Rakshas, Shankhachuda, he took away the 4 Vedas, the whole knowledge, and hid it in the ocean. And without knowledge, there is no growth, there is no life. So of course Vishnu had to come and take the avatara of Matsya, Meena, go deep in the waters and rescue the Vedas, the Vidya, the knowledge. The first is the Matsya avatar, and the second avatar is also very interesting, that even today science is trying to find out immortality, which is that gene that can give immortality. No, but Devatas also and Asuras also, they all yearn after being immortal, Amara. They heard that ambrosia, Amritam, is deep down in the ocean, Kshira Sagara. And to get it out, we have to churn, we have to do manthan. And this is the manthan that is symbolic also of our lives. Unless we do deep manthan, deep chintan and manthan, the Amritam does not come out of our hearts also. And Devas and Asuras, they say we want to do manthan. How to do it? We need a platform on which to put the rod, churning rod, and we need a churning rope. What to do? And so they prayed and prayed and prayed, and Vishnu came, took the avatara of Kachapa, Kurma, this cosmic Kurma, on whose back they put the Mandara mountain as the churning rod, and Vasuki, one of the Navanagas, offered himself to be the churning rope. And that is how the Devatas and the Asuras churned. Later, the story, of course, the 14 Ratnas that emerged, the last was Amrita. Here why I say these stories in between, that this is also the form of Katha. This is also to once again remind ourselves how lightly we take everything now. Nowadays, our children don't learn anything in schools about this. The textbooks don't offer anything of this. At home, parents, if they are working parents, they have no time. Atomic families, there are no grandparents, there are no joint families. So what is happening? That now Google has become the Acharya. Now Google is the teacher, the Upadhyaya, the Acharya. And children have become used to laptops and mobiles, and anything is Google kar do, Google kar do. And Google is not Brahma Vakya, it is not Satya Sanatana, it is not. Even my cook can write something and send it, and that will feature in Google. Yes. And so one has to be very careful, very cautious, and also think about this, that my effort always has been to involve the audience to whatever degree possible, to once again keep reminding ourselves that we are the proud bearers of this great legacy. What are the messages contained? We've forgotten the messages. We've forgotten how to read between the lines, between the words. We always want WhatsApp. We don't believe anything else. We want it on the computer, in the YouTube, wherever. We don't believe in anything else. And what about our great heritage of Shruti and Smriti? I tell my students, if I can remember almost 200 choreographies and songs, I don't know computer even today. It's a mind block. My computer is here. And unless I keep it working, I really grow old. I'm not old now, but I will grow old. And they also say brain is a muscle. Keep using it. Keep it in good shape. Go on filling, go on polishing, go on wetting it. So all these stories are not for nothing. They give good messages, they sustain life, they sustain civilization, they sustain cultural traditions, and they give us a platform, a positive platform on which to stand and recognize our identity. I keep on saying our identity, our identity, our identity. I repeat it 1,000 times because the onslaught of so many different cultures, of so many different things that we hear, of so many different ideas, and we Indians are quite gullible, I'm sorry to say that. We are very open, by which so many people came. Some enriched us, others looted us. So we cannot afford any more to lose our identity, but to remind ourselves that these great reservoir of our stories, our Puranic stories, our Upanishadic stories, our Vedic stories, are there for us to refer to remember, to pass on to our generations, and tell them why it is important, not Asterix and not some Japanese dumb doll, but real life characters, Abhimanyu, Sri Krishna, Sri Rama, Shankaracharya, Mirabai, Laleshwari, Akka Mahadevi, Basavaraja, Basavanna, thousands, social reformers from every part of India, warriors from every part of India, women and men and children. So I must say that I'm proud of our Prime Minister who thought of the 75th year of India's independence. In millennia-old history, India is celebrating the Amrita Kala. In 25 years, it will be 100 years. And Modi ji is saying, what are we giving and leaving behind for our coming generations? Think about it now. What kind of India do we offer to them? And my humble effort is towards that. Every time, each time. Thank you.
Padma चरण चारण चक्रवर्ती नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय नमो
Jaya Jagadish Hare Kala
Ramesh, one of my dancers who's been with me for many years. Bhagwati. Nandini, come here. Take it off. She looks small, but then you saw her energy. Karishma. But I'm okay. Anmol. On the lights, Meeta Mishra. And on sound and images, Meetaji Simran. Thank you.
Excellent. That's the word I can say. Because Sonal Mansingh is the Sona of our country. No. Excellent, madam. What I felt is, it is dancing to a pre-recorded event is very difficult. At a moment's notice, they have to change their attitude, they have to change their everything. Once the Nattuvangam is there on the days, they can guide, but please sit down, sir, please sit down. Okay, yeah. So, classical dancers like Bhasmasura, Mohini Bhasmasura, the one look she gave to the audience, you are also Bhasmasuras. That is what we felt. Excellent, madam, excellent. And Vande Mataram is the fitting finale, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Thank you very much for that excellent, wonderful performance you gave us. And you also coming in the Dashavatar. Excellent, madam. Thank you. Thank you very much.